off of that down and in move where he'll plant his foot and come back to the outside. Well, both those fellas are all right.
They seem to be, Don. John, you saw Tannen just give Collins a slight bump at the line of scrimmage on that one. And as a rookie, he's got to learn if he's going to bump, he's got to bump, because you can't play it that way and let the potential receiver get by you that quickly. There's been a lot of talk lately about the bump and run. That allows a defensive back, as long as he's in front of the potential receiver or co-equal with him, to bump him, push him, or whatever, until he either turns his back to that line of scrimmage or until the quarterback releases the football.
First down, Cleveland Browns ball at their own 21-yard line. Homer Jones in replacing Gary Collins, and we have some encroachment along the line of scrimmage. Following the news tonight, we invite you to join the Dick Cavett Show with his special guests, John Cassavetes, Peter Falk, and Ben Gazzara. The Dick Cavett Show, following the news tonight on ABC. So the encroachment call against the New York Jets moves the ball to the 25-yard line.
Notice, too, if you will, Dandy Don, as they still capitalize on Brown's opportunities, how Nelson got the ball out of trouble when he had to.
I think that was one of his biggest first downs he'll have all night, was the one he threw to Gary Collins.
They get the 26-yard line, just outside the 25. First down and 5 to go, and they give it in the middle. And they give it to the money man, Leroy Kelly. The green shirts stack him up. Incidentally, that's a total of 250 yards in this ball game in total penalties for both teams. The Jets with 148 of it. The Browns need 1 yard for the first down. They've got to go to the 31. It's second down and 1. And the offensive interior line remains the same. Damari and Hickerson, the guards. And Kelly sliding in behind Dick Sheffrat, big number 77, wedging for the first down, and I do believe he has it. 9.5 minutes to go in the game. It is the Cleveland first down.
He's got it, but Leroy Kelly has, in 17 carries, gone for only a grand total of 40 yards. He has not been a compelling figure tonight.
The Browns are leading by 10, 24-14. That clock running, 9 minutes to go. Nelson still has it. For Milt Morin, W.K. Hicks and Al Atkinson there to score it. The pass is incomplete. So it'll be second down and 10 for the Browns from their 32. That electrifying 94-yard streak by Homer Jones with a kickoff to start the second half looms very big in this ball game. Nelson still has it. Penalty flag down. Swings it out to Bo Scott. Scott has very little room to go. The man who really made the play possible defensively for the New York Jets is number 60, Larry Grenthal. The loss is back around the 26-yard line. Bo Scott getting up very slowly and limping and will come off the field. And Steve Engel, a rookie from Colorado, will go in to replace him. And you see the illegal procedure indication against Cleveland refused by the Jets, and Bo Scott goes to the bench. It'll be third down and 14 yards to go for the Cleveland Browns. The ball is now back at their own 27. Eight minutes and 44 seconds to play in the game. Bill Nelson Gets his pass away to Morin. He's got it. Holloman and Hicks make the tackle, but it's a first down for the Cleveland Browns. A big play.
Yes, a big play and a field night for Walt Morin. We told you at the very top of the game that one of the key matchups would be Morin against the tight or strong safety, whether that be Jim Hudson, who unfortunately had to go out, his knee's just not right, coming off knee surgery, or Gus Holloman, his replacement. And Morin has been a dominant factor when most it counted in this contest.
The gain, 22 yards. Morin has caught 5 passes for 89 yards in the game, which further makes the point which Howard just drew for you. Ball is on the 49. First down, Leroy Kelly. Oh, look out. He is down to the New York 37-yard line, maybe the 36, before Steve Thompson finally ran him down.
That's the way to break it for Kelly. I remember when they used to do that with Jimmy Brown again and again and again. Remember, Don?
I certainly do, and this is what Weeb Eubank said. You may stop Kelly 15 times in a row, so at one time he might break. I think the Browns are doing two things here. They're making a great drive, but they're also chewing up a lot of that clock.
We should also note that Bo Scott has returned to the offensive backfield, and he is a fine blocker. Homer Jones is the wide receiver to the left side. Berlin Biggs may have jumped too quick. The ball goes to Bo Scott. Look out! Scott is down to the 20-yard line, inside the 20 to the 19. That penalty flag may have been thrown against the Jets. Early Thomas finally wrestling Big Bo Scott down, and Scott really grew up in his football career in Canada.
Let's take a look at this. Actually, when Biggs jumped offside, you could see a slight hesitation on the Jet defense. Cleveland continued with their play. And there was a fine hold there. That's a good move there by Bo Scott. He tried to move to the outside to get around early Thomas. Couldn't quite make it. Another big first down for Cleveland.
The ball is right at the New York 19-yard line. 6 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the game. The Browns trying to put it away. That's Leroy Kelly at the 15. John Elliott, number 80. Berlin Biggs, 86, and Early Thomas, 45. And there's Blanton Collier. Kelly now 19 carries, 59 yards. The Browns were 10-3-1 in the regular season last year. See the time ticking away. The New York Jets were 10-4 in their respective conferences. This year they are in the same conference. The Browns in the Central Division of the American Football Conference, the New York Jets in the Eastern Division. Second down, 6. Penalty flags flying all over the place. As Bo Scott is decked back around the 20-yard line. Ralph Baker, number 51. Berlin Biggs, number 86. So we have really seen those penalty flags flying around tonight, and nobody is leaving. This big crowd of 85,000 all just sitting here watching it. Penalties against Cleveland, illegal proceeding, declined by the Jets. 6 minutes, 3 seconds to play in the game. Next Monday night on ABC from Baltimore, Maryland, the Baltimore Colts and the Kansas City Chiefs. And you very likely are going to see Johnny Unitas pass the 20-mile mark in passing yardage gained in his brilliant football career. On third down, Bill Nelson to throw. He looks for fair hooker, and a penalty flag is down, and there's an interference call against Steve Tannen. He got his feet tangled up with Hooker down at the 7-yard line. I think it'll be very clear to you what happened here.
More important, you just can't do things like this and expect to win any ball game. You see fair hooker trying to run a corner route. There's your bump and run. He did have his hands on him. As the ball was in the air, it looked as if he maybe stepped on his foot. But that's still too much interference. I'm not going to try to get that interference call again this time, but that was an interference call.
John Little, another rookie from Oklahoma State, now in the defensive lineup for the New York Jets, number 57. The ball is at the 7-yard line. First and goal to go for Cleveland. That's Bo Scott. And Little, who had just come into the game, makes the big play. Back outside the 10. The loss is back to the 11.
You'll see him, the Browns take off on another sweep. Little does make a fine move as he eludes his blocker, penetrates into the backfield. Seems as if Cleveland lost a guard somewhere along the way that possibly was supposed to block Mr. Little.
But he's fresh and on a hot night. That could mean quite a bit at this juncture. 5:52 remaining in the game. Second down and goal to go from the 11. Cleveland's ball, New York 11. Nelson to throw. He loops it for Morin. It's too long. Double coverage that time on Milt by Holloman and Hicks.
Nelson's pass intended for Morin, incomplete.
Now you can say Eubank looks troubled, Keith.
Yeah, at this point. Well, remember the old adage set forth many years ago by Wallace Wade at Duke University, and he says, nobody ever really wins a football game. Somebody loses it.
I think that's true in every form of sport.
Third down and goal to go for the Cleveland Browns at the New York 11-yard line. 24-14, the Browns lead by 10. Nelson to throw. Flips it over the middle. It's incomplete. And again, he looked to the right side, but elected to come back to his tight end, Milt Morin, number 89. Nelson now 12 for 27 in his passing for 145 yards.
But he did his job, and he did it beautifully. He took over after the Snell fumble on their own 7-yard line and led the Browns all the way downfield, chewing up approximately 7 minutes in the process with 5:44 to go, the field goal attempt.
On fourth and goal, Don Cockcroft will kick out of Mike Stiff's hole from the 18-yard line. It looks good, but it is no good. It slid off to the right side. Just missed. So, Don Cockcroft, who had kicked a field goal earlier, misses on what may have been a critical point here. As you watch NFL Monday Night Football on ABC. Timeout the score. The Cleveland Browns 24, the New York Jets. The New York Jets huddling at their 10-yard line. They have the ball. First down and 10. At their own 20-yard line, they are down by 10 points. Don Cockcroft was 7 out of 8 in his field goals in 1969 between the 20 and 30-yard line, but he just missed a big opportunity from the 18, and the Jets have it as Joe Namath goes back to throw. He whips it up the middle. The pass is caught by Emerson Boozer. Boozer is knocked down by Jim Houston. The ball is on the 34-yard line, a 14-yard pickup and a first down.
Richard Castor is in now, and they double-teamed him. Number 88 from Jackson State, the touted Jets rookie. You can look for Namath as quickly as possible. If Castor gets any movement at all, to go to him deep. With his speed, that's the only way for the Jets to get back in the ballgame.
Lemons is the tight end, and George Sauer is wide to the left side with Castor set on the right. Namath looks at Castor. He goes for Castor, and he's got him at the Cleveland 48-yard line. Kellerman on the tackle. Another New York first down.
First down 10. The Jets and the Browns.
Hope we can see here what's a very fine move by Castor. You'll see Erich Barnes try to knock him off his route and then come back off to cover the back out of the backfield. He gets Kellerman head up and runs a V-out pattern, and the ball again is right on target. An excellent move by Castor and a perfectly thrown ball.
First and 10, New York, Cleveland 48-yard line. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the game. Namath passes away, and it is complete to Sauer, and George is down at the Cleveland 34. Freddie Summers, number 20, on the play.
I really like the way Sauer goes back, or he goes after a football. This fellow's a little bit low. You can see George on the right side of your screen running a fake to the outside. The ball is a little bit low. He comes back in. Those hands are low and scoops it up. A fine reception, another New York Jet first down, and those Jets have got things rolling. You never can tell what might happen.
Namath is now 17 out of 28 for 252 yards passing tonight. They'll change the football again. We have 3 minutes and 43 seconds to play in the ball game. Castor is number 88. A 19-yard pickup on that pass play from Namath. Joe to throw. He's going deep into the corner for Sauer. He's got it.
There you go. Never can tell what happened.
34 yards. Joe Namath to George Sauer for the touchdown.
You're going to catch the Browns doing something they do very seldom, and that's blitz. They've got more than 4 guys coming back after Namath. Sauer runs a super route, fake to the outside. It just caught him off guard. A great route, great throw. 6 points for the Jets. We're close to having another brand new ball game.
The man who got beat on that play is Freddie Summers, number 20, a 2-year man from Wake Forest.
Key point is you can't blitz the Jets and Namath. You just can't do it.
Jim Turner in for the extra point. It is good. 3 minutes and 22 seconds to play in the ball game. You're watching NFL Monday Night Football on ABC. Timeout the score now. Cleveland 24, New York 21. The New York Jets march 80 yards in 4 plays, capped by the pass Namath to Sauer. The time remaining you see. 24-21. Jim Turner has teed it up. Reese Morrison and Homer Jones are deep, and Turner hits it deep. It'll be Homer Jones at the goal, 1 yard deep in the end zone. And coming across to knock him out of bounds, number 65, Jimmy Jones for the New York Jets.
Homer Jones taking the kickoff.
He brought it back to the 22-yard line where Cleveland will have it. 1st and 10.
For the Browns on the Cleveland 21-yard line.
Had a head-on collision with the Jones boys over here on the sideline. Old Jimmy lost his helmet. Homer is a big, strong East Texas boy.
It's going to be interesting, though, Don. There is still time, and Nelson's got some hard decisions to make. Does he put that ball in the air? Does he try and kill off the time on the ground? The Jets still have all their timeouts remaining.
He needs the first down badly.
1st and 10 Cleveland. They're on 22. That's Bo Scott up the middle. Al Atkinson from the middle linebacker position, the man who got him.
Scott, the ball carrier, hit by Atkinson.
He got 1 yard.
Ball on the 22, 2nd down, 9.
Jets will save their timeouts, and remember, there'll be the timeout at the 2-minute warning signal. 2:49 left to go as the clock runs.
2nd down and 9, Cleveland. Scott and Kelly are the setbacks. They go to Kelly. The Jets were looking for him. They get him up around the 24-yard line.
Kelly, the ball carrier.
Now the
by
decision.
Baker.
All right, Don, you're back there. You're wearing number 17.
Yeah.
Whom do you throw to, or do you throw?
Ball on
Yeah.
the
17.
24-yard line.
Well, I tell you what I'd do. I think I'd try to work more.
Timeout, Jets. Ladies and gentlemen,
That's Mike Battle, Ed Bell. Everybody up on that New York bench. Most everybody up on the Cleveland side. The Browns lead 24-21. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the football game. Monday Night Football. NFL football on ABC. The ball is at the 24. 3rd down and a long 7 for Cleveland. Big play. Nelson will throw. Can't find anybody. Puts his head down, and he makes it out to the 27-yard line. Dick Shafrath, number 77, tried to come across and help him. But Larry Grantham and Al Atkinson, the linebackers for the Jets, recovered quickly and made the tackle. So Cleveland will have to kick it away.
With a minute and 58 seconds to go. Timeout because of the 2-minute warning mark. Still time. Not to build this thing up falsely, but in plain point of fact, judging by the way Namath led his team downfield on the last sequence.
Remember to watch 40 rookies who have won starting jobs on American Football Conference and National Football Conference teams this year. As we told you at the outset tonight, 181 rookies on the NFL rosters. Among the 40 starters, 9 were first-round draft choices, and 6 were chosen in the second round. We're looking at veteran John Elliott right there from Texas. But many late-round picks made it too, like Early Thomas, who was the Jets pick in the 11th round. Here is the punt now by Don Cockroft. He kicks it toward Mike Battle. He comes up. The ball bounces by him. He indicated fair catch. He thought the ball would go out of bounds, and how about that?
I don't think the New York Jets will ever forget this game. Here, if you will, these statistics, unofficially. The Jets, let's look at the play again. An incredible break for the Browns. Battle running as if he were back at the University of Southern California, ill-advisedly.
The ball is on the 4-yard line. The Jets cannot move it.
To amplify what I was saying a moment ago, Keith, unofficially, the Jets have gained 545 yards in this game, total, to 219 for the Cleveland Browns. Yet, with the clock running out, a minute and 20 to go, a minute 19, a minute 18, you see it, they are trailing 24-21. They lost this game themselves, if they've lost it.
It is second down and 12. New York ball at their 3-yard line. Castor is wide to the right. Sauer wide to the left. Namath deep in the end zone to throw. He throws. It is batted down, incomplete. And the man who did it is big number 81, Gregory. I am almost sure it was Gregory who got his hands on it. Shirk was there too. An incredible break on the bounce of the punt that wound up 65 yards. Let's watch that.
Let's take a look at it. Namath goes back to stand. Of course, the Cleveland defense is very deep. It's a great move by Gregory.
Third down and 12, New York, from their own 3-yard line. 53 seconds to play in the ball game. Is there lightning in Joe Willie's arm? Let's see. As he goes for Sauer to the sidelines, both feet are in. The pass is complete. Sumner was right there, but he literally, I think, gave him the pass.
That stopped the clock. That's something else they need to do. Let's take a look at what is recognized as one of the very best pattern runners in football. He runs one of the best routes in football. Watch his feet stay inbounds. And that takes a lot of time and a lot of work. And this is something that George Sauer doesn't mind either one of them. He puts a lot of time in the game because he loves it.
First down, New York at their own 18-yard line. 47 seconds to play. The Browns lead 24-21. Before more than 85,000 people, Snido almost gets Namath. The pass is intercepted. It is intercepted by number 52, Billy Andrews. Touchdown, and no penalty flags on the field. Here's a depressed Joe Namath.
That was a great shot. It was like one taken by a great sports photographer as Namath walked off the field after the final loss to Kansas City last year, a shot entitled Namath Walks Alone. We could call that one Namath Stands Alone. You can't fault Namath for that interception. He had nowhere left to go. Time almost run out. just the final blow in a game in which the Browns have been the greatest opportunists you could ever want to see.
And a very happy Bill Andrews as Don Cockcroft comes in and nails the extra point. And so with 35 seconds to go in the game, the Browns rebuild their lead to 10. Modell and all of his people here, Cleveland Browns, for their hospitality during our stay in Cleveland. And remember, next Monday night, it'll be Kansas City in Baltimore. Lenny Dawson and Johnny Unitas square it off. Here's the kick. It goes to Mike Battle in the end zone. He drops it. He will not return it.
Billy Andrews was in the lobby of the hotel where we're staying today. The Browns have been staying there, along with Dale Lindsay, a regular linebacker. And Dale and I were kidding Billy about the possibility that he'd see no action. He sure did see action, and at a most critical moment, in a most telling way.
You'll probably walk all the way to the hotel just to remind you.
It's not that far, Keith.
It is New York's ball. First down and 20. First down and 10 at their own 20. With 35 seconds to play in the game. Cleveland leads 31-21. Al Woodall in at quarterback. He is trapped. And he is dropped, and it's Jerry Shirk, number 72, the big rookie from Oklahoma State, who has gone all the way on defense tonight. He may have learned quite a bit.
When you look back at a punt that hit right, well, very close to going out of bounds and then takes a Cleveland bounce another 20 or 30 yards, you wonder what would happen if it had been the other way.
There's that big rookie from Oklahoma State. Number 80 in the defensive lineup now for Cleveland is Joe Jones, and he's going to play a lot of football for Glenn Collier and the Browns. Al Woodall from the 15-yard to the 17-yard line, and it is almost intercepted by Walt Sumner. So the Browns ball hawking with 4 seconds to play in the game.
I imagine the people in Baltimore are very happy. Don Klosterman, the general manager, and the coach, Carol Rosenblum.
Third down. And 17. From the 13 as Woodall goes to throw, and he throws. The pass is caught. But it matters little as Wayne Stewart fell to the ground and the gun cracked to end the game. And the final score, the Cleveland Browns 31, the New York Jets 21. We'll be back in a moment here at Municipal Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio.
These are the men of the National Football League, and they're in a tough business. When their day's done, they want a lot of attention without asking for it and a little understanding. That's where the businessmen of the NFL fly United Airlines. In fact, 23 of the 26 NFL teams choose United.